In every era, there are some people who go so far in their work that they become a part of history. Kevin David Mitnick was one of them, a name that shook the security systems of the world's largest companies and governments. Today, we are going to tell you the story of a man who is the uncrowned king of the dark world of computers, a name that was included in the list of the world's most wanted hackers. This is the story of Kevin Mitnick, a man whose life is no less than a Hollywood thriller. The story begins in 1970s Los Angeles, California. Kevin, a shy and solitary boy, is more interested in the world of computers and technology than the world around him. His father's divorce and his loneliness lead him to the world of computers, which is a refuge for him where he is the master of his own will. Kevin's true genius came to light when he started playing a game at the age of just 12. He began to understand and modify bus punch cards. He would pick up cards from trash cans, understand them, and then break the system and get free rides. It wasn't a major crime, but it was an indication that this boy was not ordinary. His mind had an extraordinary ability to understand systems and break them. Kevin's next destination was the world of phone phreaking. These were people who hacked into telephone networks and made free calls, but Kevin went far beyond that. He used his intelligence and social engineering skills to extract information from people. He would make different sounds, pretend to be a company employee, and obtain important secrets and codes. It was this ability that made him the most dangerous hacker in the world. In the coming times. At the age of 16, he committed his first major hack. He hacked into the network of Digital Equipment Corporation. He copied valuable software from there and proved himself to be the world's greatest hacker. After this crime, he came under the police's attention for the first time and went to jail. But did this sentence stop him? Not at all. It was just the beginning. After his release from jail, Kevin's life changed. He was no longer an amateur hacker. He had become a fugitive. When he was accused of hacking into the Pacific Bell Network in 1989, he decided to flee after being released on bail. For the next 2.5 years, the FBI's most wanted hacker continued to hack into the systems of the world's biggest technology companies. During this time, he became a mysterious figure. He was never Kevin Mitnick. He had dozens of fake IDs and cloned cell phones. He would change his identity in every city, but his work never stopped. During his time as a fugitive, he targeted the world's biggest companies. He stole valuable software and data from these companies. His actions sent shockwaves through the world of security. Experts were stunned that one person could break into system after system without ever being caught. The FBI was convinced there was a large hacking organization behind it, but they didn't know it was just a lone hacker. Kevin's goal wasn't financial gain. He never sold the stolen data or used it for personal benefit. For him, it was a challenge. He wanted to prove how weak these giant security systems were. He wanted to send a message to the world that the biggest threat wasn't a computer virus, but human error and ignorance. But every story has an ending. In December 1994, Kevin tried to break into the computer of another famous hacker, Tsutomu Shimomura. Shimomura took Kevin's actions as a personal challenge. He himself was a security expert. Shimomura decided to work with the FBI to catch Kevin. It was a cat and mouse. Gama Shimura and his team began to monitor all of Kevin's movements. They traced his calls and followed his signals. Slowly, the net tightened. Kevin knew he was in danger, but he kept on with his work. On February 15, 1995, the moment finally came when the FBI arrested him in his apartment. They found cloned cell phones, fake IDs, and all the tools that were proof of his crimes. The reign of the world's greatest hacker was over. Kevin was sentenced to 5 years in prison. This was the biggest turning point in his life. In jail, he changed his behavior and mindset. He realized that his skills could be used in the right direction instead of being misused. When Kevin Mitnick was released in 2000, he wasn't the same person who went to jail. He had now become a white hat hacker. He founded his security consulting company, Mitnick Security Consulting. He began advising all the companies he used to hack. He wrote his book, The Art of Deception, in which he explained how people can deceive and be deceived. Kevin's story is a lesson. It tells us that if a person's abilities are used in the wrong direction, they can lead to destruction. But if those same abilities are used in the right direction, they can also be a source of construction. He went from a brilliant criminal to an ethical hacker who used his intelligence to protect the world. On July 16, 2023, Kevin Mitnick passed away from cancer. But his name and his story live on as a legend in the world of cybersecurity. Every chapter of his life gives us a lesson. This story forces us to think that technology is a power, and its use is in your hands. Will you use this power for destruction or for construction? The decision is yours. Thank you so much for watching video. Please subscribe Solo Zone for more informative videos.